Two cracking goals, Dino, eh? Second one was spectacular off the underside of the bar, brilliant.
Yeah, great news for Chelsea, isn't it? They've been struggling for a striker. They've been hoping Jackson would come through for them, but to start with two goals like that, it's the first time in 9 years, a striker scored 2 goals on his first start.
Is that right?
Batshuayi, is it Batshuayi?
Yeah.
He scored 2 against Bristol Rovers in the Cup. But
so Liam Delap missed out through suspension. But what an opportunity. Pedro now, would he be Chelsea's first choice striker? Probably at the moment, wouldn't he?
Well, after that, yeah. I mean, there's this, you reminded me there, Harry Kane, stick of dynamite in his feet. When he strikes the ball, he can shoot. Some players can't kick it properly, but he's got a bit of class about him.
So how's he going to keep all three happy? You've managed, how's he going to do it?
Well, you say to him, look, whoever's playing well, I'm not a mug. I'm not going to pick a team. I want to do well as a manager, so I'm going to pick the team that I think's going to win games, and I'll play you if you're playing well. We've seen Wanyari, the Arsenal young winger, wants assurances that he's going to start lots of games.
But what does that? Yeah, how do you do that?
Well, he's got Saka there, Trossard, Martinelli, Sterling. If you're playing well, I'll pick you.
Yeah, exactly.
And by the way, lads, on top of that, I don't bring players off who are playing well. So when you come off, don't shake your head at me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not...
Unless you try to save them for a big game.
Yeah. Well, he scored 2 yesterday, and the old club, because they've spent 1.3 billion on that squad, Al, and you haven't got a striker.
Yeah.
So to get him scoring, and if they win the final, they've got the money back for Delap, they've got the money back for him, for Pedro, and Gittins. They've got all their money back.
Oh, yeah. I would argue, is it the best sides in the world? No Liverpool, no Arsenal, no Barcelona, no Napoli, etc. It's a difficult one.
No, and the draw's been good to them. They've played Palmeiras, Club Tunis, Benfica, Fluminense. They've missed Juventus, Bayern Munich, Man City. They've missed all the big hitters. Yeah. So, but don't take anything away from them. It's like 38 degrees there yesterday. And the Brazilian teams all are used to playing in that heat.
Yeah.
So they've got a great chance of winning that now, but I mean, I fancy PSG.
Does that mean they're ready to win the title? Chelsea, whoever they play, PSG or Real Madrid, is going to be difficult. Former Blues, Jason Cundy, he is not sure.
We don't deal with setbacks well. Honestly, we get a bloody nose, so we get a punch on the face, and we rock, and you watch everyone. And I see it time and time again last season. We're not good. We need to deal with setbacks. If we can start dealing with setbacks in a bit more of a mature manner and find a way to get through those tough times during games, and they always come along, but I felt that we just seemed to look like a young team. There were parts of that season last year where I go, we look good. You can see where this is going. And there's parts of the season you go, yeah, I can see how, well done, but you're still young. You don't deal with setbacks. If we can deal with setbacks, then I think we've got a great chance of doing something. We ain't going to win the title. We ain't better than Liverpool, right? We ain't going to win the title.
I think next year, I'd say Liverpool favourites, then Arsenal, City and Chelsea. That's the top 4 for me.
That's what I'd say as well, yeah. I think Arsenal, the signings they've made, that they've put themselves right in the hot seat. Man City look like they've invested well, but
it's just
some goals
defensively, and aerial defence, crosses are still struggling. I don't know why, to be honest.
Yeah, and
maybe they've got to close the ball into the box quicker.
Yeah, well, when you look at Liverpool won the league last year, you look at their back 4, it's settled. Andy Robertson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk.
They may change now, both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
reluctant, obviously, but Andy might go as well.
So Frimpong will play, or Conor Bradley will play at right back, and then Andy Robertson, for me, 31 years of age, proven left back at all levels. He's a bit young to be just getting rid of. Yeah. I think he's a great fullback.
I'm not disrespectful to Chelsea here, but I don't think if they win it, they're the best team in the world. Sorry.
No, 100% true. I mean,
but I don't want to take it away from them. I hope they win it. I really do.
They'll have the title, but really, we know there's better teams in the world that aren't in it.
By the way, was that pitch AstroTurf?
No.
That was grass?
Grass, yeah, I think so.
Wow. good pitch. A stunning double against his first pro club for Joao Pedro propelled Chelsea into the first expanded Club World Cup final, which will be live on talkSPORT this Sunday, don't forget. So is this competition as hard to win as the Champions League? Enzo Maresco seems to think so.
We are very happy, we are very proud to play the final on Sunday. The reason why is because this is the Club World Cup, first edition, best club in the world they are here. So for us to be there on Sunday is something that we have to be proud. So very happy about that.
Enzo Maresco there. No, the Champions League's harder to win.
Well, here's one way to put it. They've played Palmeiras, Club Tunis, Benfica and Fluminense. Yeah. Not one player out of them teams would get in Chelsea's team. So how can it be harder than the Champions League?
But Chelsea fans, listen, we're not having a go here because we both want you to win it. We really do. It'll be a great final, whoever you meet. But I'm not having that. It's harder to win than the Champions League. No chance.
No. I mean, is it a conversation, really?
No. So Chelsea will take on either PSG or Real Madrid tonight. What about this, Dino? Real have submitted a request to postpone their first La Liga game of the season against Osasuna on August 19. That's because of the impact they fear the tournament will have on next year. Dean, how much could it affect him next season as a manager? Would you want your first game postponed?
Well, what was the point in ever doing a pre-season then that we've done all through our careers? You do a pre-season and you build your legs up to get through a full season, and if you miss pre-season, people said, we could tell you missed pre-season. So now they're just rolling into the season, which is not good, and it might affect them later on.
Plus, how often do they get off now? Is it 2 or 3 weeks at the most?
Well, I mean, I don't know how long they're going to get, but you do need...
Your body needs a rest.
It needs to repair. You're playing with injuries, little fibre tears in your thigh, little hamstring injury, your ankle's hurting you. In 3 weeks, it'll all repair itself, and then you switch off mentally, and then you're back ready for action again. Yeah. Start off slowly, and end up sprinting. They're going to go straight into the sprint without doing the base work.
Okay, burnout, does that come into it? Former Chelsea midfielder Andy Townsend was alongside Jeff Stelling on the show yesterday and said he does fear burnout for them.
It's going to be really interesting how these teams that are involved in this competition, Jeff, how they get on in December, January, Feb. It is going to be very, very intriguing, I think, to see how players cope with the demands of keeping going into mid-July. And how they pick it up again once we get going for the new Premier League season. I remember in the World Cup in '94. I'd only been at Villa a year, and I remember playing in that tournament and hitting a brick wall in sort of early December. Really feeling completely knackered, shot to bits, and finding everything, whether it was training, whether it was matches, felt like you was plodding and a bit sluggish, and it's difficult sometimes to snap out of that.
Andy Townsend there. So, Dino, burnout. If Chelsea have a bad start to the season, will Chelsea fans regret even being in it?
Probably, yeah. But what about Arsenal? They're about to go on a tour of, I don't know, Malaysia or Singapore or something. Really? If you're worried about burnout, cancel that trip. Stay near the training ground for 2 weeks. So there's no travelling for the players. They're not getting on aeroplanes, not getting off. They're not training in stupid heat. They're training at Arsenal.
Oh, and it's boiling over there.
And let them just breeze through pre-season.
Yeah.
Cancel the trips abroad.
When we're talking about heat, you can't breathe.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's not just, God, that sun's really hot. It's like, no, you can't breathe properly.
Catch your breath, can you? On the pitch, you like
recovery,
breathe, trying to get in. But obviously they're doing that for money. But so... have a look at, I mean, they all do it, Man City, Liverpool, they're all doing these trips. Tottenham, remember they took the team to Australia and played like a couple of days after the end of the season, and then Maddison done his ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, cancel those trips. I mean, you might make 8 or 9 million, but it's going to cost you in your league spot.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.